What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing the telephone tag. The book cover telephone tag was created by Reading Wryly and I was tagged by Aoife from Pretty Purple Polka Dots. This concept is we need to take a core element from a book cover and pair it with another that has a similar element. A few of these are very tentative stretches, so I apologize, but I really like the dynamic in which I've gone, so I hope that you enjoy as well. I'll be providing 10 of my own book choices throughout this, and at the end be tagging a few people. You could start fresh, but the idea is to continue on from the person that tagged you's video or one that you found if you're interested. So I needed to use Aoife from Pretty Purple Polka Dots, last book that they mentioned, and that was You're the One That I Want by Giovanni Fletcher. For this, I'm taking the bridge aspect of this and pairing it with Bridge of Souls by V.E. Schwab. Very different vibes, but I love it. And taking that core element of a black silhouette was where I wanted to go for this. So taking Bridge of Souls as our new book to pair. Bridge of Souls is the second in the Cassidy Blake series by V.E. Schwab, following our protagonist Cassidy, who can transfer through the veil of the dead and communicate with ghosts like her best friend, and it's a fun middle grade series. I've decided to go with the red, black and white grey colour scheme, which I could have chosen any other V.E. Schwab book for this, but I decided to go with Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Heartless is a retelling of the Red Queen and following her origin story. I had so much fun with this and I absolutely adore Marissa Meyer's takes on fairy tales, and just her retellings always do something different and I love it. Something a little bit different, and for Heartless I'm going to pair that by focusing on the vines and pair it with This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron, because there's vines all over these covers. This Poison Heart follows Briseis, who is always had an affinity for gardens and natural magic. However, things keep getting out of hand and she goes to live at a estranged family's estate and inherits a garden overgrown with secrets, and it's following her as she figures out what is going on. I also really love this and have been dying to get to the second book. For this, I'm pairing it with someone with swirly bits around their wrists, lines wrapped around wrist, and pairing that with Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. For Legendborn, I haven't read this yet. This is the first in a series by Tracy Deonn, and it is following a girl uncovering some secrets about a magical school, I believe, and investigating into her mother's death. I don't know too much. I'm very excited to just go in blind. For this one, I will be pairing it with The Summoner by Taryn McTagg. I've never read this, and going with the symbols in the O's as the common thing on the cover. For The Summoner, I literally have no idea what it's about. I just saw the cover and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I was envisaging when looking for something similar to Legendborn. For The Summoner, I'm pairing this with the neon covers of Daughter in Smoke and Bone by Lady Taylor, because they both have hamster tattoos on their hands. I found that was such an interesting parallel. The color schemes are also the blue, but to be fair, like, it was more about that symbolization on the hands, so that's where I've paired these two. For Daughter of Smoke and Bone, this is the first in a trilogy that I absolutely adore. It's following Karoo, who has grown up in a sort of different family of mythical creatures and deals a lot with the different magic systems that exist, and I adore it so much. For The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I'm pairing this for the colouring with The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. I really have no idea what The Devouring Grey is about. I believe that it's following a group of teenagers who live in an atmospheric town and the trees are doing something funky. But I found that these colour schemes were very parallel and very neon. For The Devouring Grey, I am pairing this with The Stand by Stephen King. This is a very different colour dynamic, but they both have the roads stretching out into the distance, and I thought that was pretty cool. The Stand is an epic beast following a lot of different people as they recover from a pandemic that has wrecked across America, and there is a lot that goes into it. There is many different Stephen King funkiness, and I I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing how he explored the dynamics of people going through this situation, and in a post-pandemic situation, it didn't need to be 1,000 pages. For the stand, I'm pairing it with Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon because the yellows and orange tones are predominant features of these covers. Priory of the Orange Tree is a standalone fantasy that is now getting a companion prequel and focuses a lot on political fantasy and exploring this world that is just so amazing. I love these characters. It's following a few different perspectives, and one of the main things is that the Queen has not had an heir yet, and so the risking the end of the line and magic coming to the forefront because of it, as well as dragons, and it was glorious. I did enjoy this beast. You could also argue the size for the stand and this are similar. And for the Priory of the Orange Tree, I'm pairing this with Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman, as there are both dragons on the cover. I know Tess of the Road's set up very differently, but I feel like it encompasses the blue dragon as the predominant feature on the cover. For Tess of the Road, I wanted to leave this open for people to be able to take this and have quite a few different elements to run with, not finding something that is exact, you know, the buildings in a silhouette or things like that, or the color scheme. Thought it was very open for that. Again, haven't read it, so I don't know too much about it, but I just thought it was an awesome little pairing. So that is the telephone tag. If you decide to follow from my video, the book cover that you will need is Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman, and I hope that you enjoyed. I'm going to tag Liv from Endless Pages, Erin from Sheba and Shell, Ash from Ash's Adventure Books, Ellie from Earl Grey Books, and I'm going to tag Mel from A Book Fiend Named Mel, as I think that they will all provide really interesting answers. So let me know in the comments, what book would you pair with any of these, in particular Tess, but if you have a pairing that you immediately think of for one of the other ones, feel free to let us know that down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!